In this video, we're going to show you how we installed these blue rain barrels using PVC pipe and this kit that we got from Amazon. So stay with us. We picked up these rain barrels from Craigslist. We just went on there and searched for someone who was selling them, and someone was in our neighborhood, kind of, and I think they were $25. So we just brought them home. These rain barrels have two different little plugs in them. And then here's a smaller one. So we went to Home Depot and we got a 2-inch PVC pipe. And this will just go in there. And then this goes inside of there. And then we've got a whole bunch of long pipes and cut it up. So they're gonna go in there, and then we'll show you how to install it. Now for this one, we saw online that whenever you're twisting it, it has some resistance and it has a really weird fitting. So if you use this wrench, it fits perfectly in there. So you can get it good and tight. So we just finished putting sealant on the things that went into the holes. So now we're going to use this PVC cement. And we're going to go around and cement a reducer from 2 inches to 3/4 inch there. And then we're going to install an elbow with an extra piece. So now we're finished with the PVC cement, and when we installed this little elbow, we wanted to make sure that it was exactly halfway. So you'll see why whenever we install it. So all of them are coming directly out. So we have all of our PVC, our fittings, our valves, our T's. We're going to dry fit them to the rain barrels. When we drilled the holes on the downspout as well as on the rain barrel, we thought that it should have been on an incline, so we spent a little time looking more into it. And the way that this works, the diverter, we lost the video of showing the diverter, my apologies. It's sitting there like this with a hole through it, so water can go down, and there's like a cup that's going to receive water and put it through this pipe. So it's not going to need an incline, it's just going to remain level. So it had us drill the hole about 3 inches down from the top of the barrel. Something else that we added were these little vent holes. So we just used some insect netting that we had around the garden, some of that caulking again, and drilled a hole. So the reason why we need this hole is that there's air right now inside the barrels, and that air is going to have to go somewhere as they start to fill with water. So it's going to need a vent, as well as there are mosquitoes and stuff that will want to get in there. So the way that we designed this is that the rain is going to come from the gutters, and it's going to go in through that pipe, and it's going to come through this barrel. We wanted it to be as low as possible so that they would drain if anything needed to happen or we had to fix them. So the rain is going to come down into this first barrel. It'll fill this pipe. There's all these valves, and then the water will go into all of them equally up high. So they will all remain level because water always remains level. We're going to make one adjustment. We're going to add a clear pipe towards the end so we'd always be able to see how much water we have in the rain barrels. And then we put these little valves everywhere in case one has to be drained for whatever reason. So we'd be able to access that. And then there's also just a cap at the end. We only used 2 barrels high. You might want to use a little bit higher, but we only went 2 barrels because we're going to have to put a pump on this water anyway, because as you saw in the video, it doesn't have much pressure, but that's fine because we're going to put a pump on it. But if you didn't want to use a pump, you would want to raise them up a little bit more. This is what it looks like underneath. So you can see that both of the valves are there that came on the rain barrel, and that back one doesn't have anything into it. We just had to put sealant in it. So one other piece of advice would be to put these holes first. This intake hole, do this first before you seal that down there. So as you saw in the video, that whenever we put the drill in there, the drill piece got stuck. So we had to disassemble this a little bit. Good thing it wasn't all the way cemented. And then we had to break that sealant to remove that little plug thing. And then I can just put my hand in that hole and receive that out. So you saw that we were able to retrieve that out. So one advice is I would have recommended doing this hole first. One additional thing that we did for this is we wanted to consider any of the leaves or debris that were going to get caught in the downspout, and we didn't want them to come into the rain barrel system since you really can't take it apart now that it's all installed. So we put just insect netting before this tube. So we just took this tube off, put the insect netting on, and then reinserted it.